Hello and welcome. It is Cocktail and Cards Day, Friday night here on Active Stamping with me, Lori LaRose. How are you doing? It's quite cold, as you can tell from my sweater today. I have been kind of cuddling up, reading a good book. Well, I'm reading a book. Let's go with that. Sometimes it is just a book. I won't keep bouncing that because I'm going to pop you down. I think I've got some coloring and fussy cutting to do today, so I will we'll get started. As opposed, the camera's a little bit at an angle, but that's okay. I think I've told you that there was a drop of new last chance list has been refreshed, and there's a few new things, including the sad. The framed scenes is on sale. Just a couple $3. I don't think it's a dramatic sale, but it's last chance. So if you were keen on that from watching a couple different ones that we've put on before, be sure you catch it before it disappears. So, okay, I'll pop you down. I'm a little bit worried about what I have down here on the counter. I'm making some stuff from Wednesday night's class, and we'll go from there. Here we go. Oh, yeah, that's it. Get rid of this stuff. I was looking for an extra stamp set the other day. So on Wednesday nights, we are definitely shopping our own stash and making cards. Destination inspired. I'll leave this out here because we'll be working with it. Destination inspired cards. That's what we're saying. Destination inspired, cards. I'm pulling out Melon Mambo because that is a color of the week over on Creativity for Everyone, which is the group. Oh, I thought I had lemon lime. I must have it. Oh, here it is. Nice. All right, so I have a little idea going on here. A few different ideas. I'm Lori LaRose, and it is Cocktails and Cards. I've got a little cocktail. My girlfriend came over this week, had a lovely visit with her. Got to chat with her a little bit, share some stuff with her as well. So that was really nice. I appreciate her lending an ear to me. But she brought me a beautiful lime cordial. Actually, I say cordial, but it's not an alcoholic one. Another girlfriend that I walk with brought me a mandarin pomegranate or mandarin cranberry. I just know I'm tasting the orange in it, and it is a cordial. This lime one, I added just a little tiny bit of yummy. I'm going to go cut this. Whatever width this is, I'm going to cut it down to the right size. Hello. Let's see what it is, and I'll do some fast math maybe. It might be long enough. Oh, it's way long. Okay. So it's 5 1/4, so I'll cut it to 4. But I don't think that is what I want it to be. I am going to cut it to 3 1/2. So then if it's 3 1/2, I want it to be 4 3/4. That does keep it very much a rectangle, and I was kind of thinking of doing it a bit of a square, but we'll go for it anyways. I want this just a little bit lower. There we go. And I'm working with Blooming Phrases that I did get during free shipping. Love, love, love the words, of course. Was thinking and laughing, but I won't use it today. But along these lines, very similar, and they will play together nicely. Keisha, how you doing? Keisha did tell me that these guys are gifts from the catalog, so they'll be around for the year, which is kind of nice. This one, I think, well, I know, 92% sure is an online exclusive. But I'm going to stamp, not on here, but I'm going to stamp a couple of these guys on here in the bright, nice Melon Mambo. So lots of times when I've got the photopolymer and the way they stick, I often will pull that away. I tend to leave it in here so that I have it to line back up again. Sadly, of course, many times I lose them and then they're floating around the desk. I'm going to leave those guys in there for right now. I'm just going to pull him out because I have an idea. Oh, no, okay. Have an idea and we'll see how it goes. I need this guy. Oops, he's upside down. You know what? I think he could almost be a double, what are they calling those? A reversible stamp. Let's see. I'm going to stamp him straight out. He is a bit of a solid stamp, I think. So I should have a little tiny bit of foam to stamp on. The smaller the stamp, the less that's a worry. Oh, he doesn't need to be reversible because he's not a line. He's solid, of course. So, and I'm going to stamp him and then stamp him off, basically. So I'm going to stamp him and stamp again. And that gives them 2 tones, and that'll be very nice. And that was from my finger. I don't know what I was doing there. I'll do it again. So yeah, I don't know. It seemed like it was 19 or 20 degrees today, but it was like the coldest 19 degrees I think I've ever had, can I just say. And then I'll stamp one more dark red one. I'll stamp a light one just in case I need one, but I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna fussy cut those guys. I don't know if this card's gonna take very long to make, but it could. When it's solid images, of course, light is right in my eyeball. I can't see. Oh, I'm sorry that you have your headache. That's a bummer. A little bit of a flu bug grabbing her, I think. Knocking her out for physically and literally and figuratively, as they say. Okay. Sorry, I know you're taking care of little ones and they do bring, I just actually was thinking, what month is it? Oh yeah, no, she's not at school bringing it back to you then, is she? That's a tough thing. So I make cards with the kids. We deliver them here in town to the senior complexes. And there's different times where I think, oh, don't lick your fingers as you're working with these kids, Lori. Don't lick your fingers. And then I wash my stamps and my blocks because, yeah, you develop a good immune system when you're working with kids, I think. But you do have to kind of build it up, I think. All right, I'm going to cut out a couple of these little ones as well. I'm going to have the white background, so I like to have a little bit of white rim around. And as I tell those kids, actually, it makes it actually easier. It is nice to have a nice smooth, so that's why I close down the scissors, but I move the paper. And that usually gives a little bit smoother cut lines. But if you don't try to cut right on the line, the image, except where, of course, they're touching and you have to, then you have a little bit of wiggle room. Whereas if you're trying to cut right along black lines or whatever, it's a little bit harder. Times you dip in, other times you dip out. Something like this is a little bit different again because, well, I would dip in, I would have some white, I wouldn't have white. But at least I'm not inside the black line ever because there's no black line. It's just all colored. But this is an idea I have. I'm going to make a little wreath actually. And because it is a rectangle, as I'm talking and thinking, I will be able to put some of the blooming phrase below it as a little something, something. So yes, that's 5 of those. So an odd number kind of thing, which is important supposedly. And then I'm going to bring this guy in, and I think what I might do, no, I think we're going to give her a go and see how it goes. Hi, Kathy. Again, how are you doing? Hey, did you bring a cocktail? You can bring tea, glasses of water, or if you're lucky, you can have a little drink. I think I started to say, I have a ginger syrup and a lime syrup for my girlfriend. The lime syrup is homemade. And, okay, so I'm going to use this little guy here. Oh, they're flopped over. I wonder how many of these that's underneath there like that. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to use the green one. I also want this guy in here. And look at this fun one. What is this? I like it here. Okay. So I picked up my green. I've got my houses here. Let me put my house away here. Oh, here it is. I'll just put that there for right now, so at least it's partway okay there. Oh, and this might be pretty. Okay, I'm going to bring in my lemon lime twist. So yeah, and then I've just got some sparkling water on top of that in this case, and it's quite yummy. Okay, there's definitely a technique. Oh yeah, never mind. It's not so important. If you have a Stamparatus, touch base with me and be like, hey, for the wreath, what were you gonna say? There is a Stamparatus technique. for making wreaths, but I will just freehand this guy and we'll see how it goes. So I'm looking to make a circle. What I was kind of thinking is you could always lay down a circle, and you could, and I might actually, I thought I had a pencil here. Hang on one second. In my mind, I'm looking for a pencil, and you could just make a couple marks and then erase the marks after. Oh, here's a pencil. Doesn't look like a pencil because there's an apple on the end of it, but a little bit wide, but at least it'll give me a little bit of circling there so I can keep on track. So I have lemon lime, and I'm just going to stamp this guy. And I am going to stamp him on and off, actually, and go from there. Okay. So yes, I'm close enough. And I'll stamp. And then I need to use these other guys. That's what I got to remember. So hang on a second here. Good gracious. Clearly I have, oh, here's one. I was going to say I have too many stamps on stamp sets. Stamps on, yeah, whatever I'm trying to say. I'm going to put some blue on these guys. I love using Pool Party or Balmy Blue for flowers when I'm making gatherings. So I'm going to stamp one of these guys. And then I'm going to stamp one of these guys. I'm going to overlap them. And I'm going to stamp them off. And I meant to do that on that other one too. I'll stamp that like that. And then a little bit of blue. And stamp him here. Nice. And I'll even stamp this guy. Nope, I better do this guy again. Hold on a second. Some blue. And then I feel like I should add this other guy if I'm going to. This guy, I got to get him built back out again. I can stamp him here. Nice. Going down. Ah! All right, and then I have this fun little fella. Now, what color? Do I want to use yellow? Do I want to use... I think, I'm going to bring in... Ooh, sorry. Oh, this is Coastal Cabana. I was going to say I'm going to bring in... Maybe I'll see what Coastal Cabana is like. I feel like Coastal Cabana is really close to Pool Party. But let's just see here. So I was going to bring in Summer Splash. Yeah, that's just a little bit too much. Too much. So I'm trying to decide if I should do Peekaboo Peach or Petunia along with a Mambo. And color combinations. I should have looked them up, eh? Should have looked them up. Could have been yesterday. And I will just... What was everybody up to this week? Did you have a good week? You know what? I'm going to bring in some pretty in pink, actually. See how that goes. I'm just pulling up the comments. You have water. Good girl. Better to... my daughter says, hydrate before you dihydrate. And it's a good idea. Okay, so now where did that blue... Where did that one go? Here, he's on here. All right, so I'm going to add him in here, I think, hopefully. So now I'm just doing some pink. I am just randomly going for it, you guys. I don't know how he's going to end up. I'm going to add him in like randomly here or on the end. No, here. Okay, I'm going to put him. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. He's going to go there. And then this guy's going to come in here. Nice thing is I got 2 pieces of paper, so if I decide I need to do something, I can. So I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 23 years, and I have all sorts of different stamps. So see, I'm not sure that I love that. So my blue ink pad is actually felt as opposed to foam that we now have. So these guys here, I feel like that's going to be outside the circle, but maybe when it all comes together, it'll be okay. And this one really Okay. Okay. Okay, she says. So yeah, I have to get him totally down to get him inked up. All right, and then I'm gonna do this guy like this. And then I'll bring this guy in here. And then we'll bring in the green guy again, the green alligators. All right, bring him around. I really like the double hit there. So I'll need to put one more guy in and then a piece of green in here. So I will just go with the pink here. I'm going to put him right there, because there's not going to be a lot of room here for this green. And then I've got to stamp him here. This guy needs to be up here. Really not thrilled with the loopiness, woo woo, but because I have these guys, does that bring in my loops and cause everything to be a little bit better? Can I balance it out? I think so, right? Yes. Right, so I'll put him up here. Put him here. He brings over the weight, and I should have had a nice good another soft pink. And I think I would rather have a dark one down here and dark one here, a light one there. I need a little dark one. You're like, what are you doing, Laura? I don't know. I totally need a dark one down here. Dark one and a light one. Good. So we'll make it square. Kind of works. A little bit too much space there. This is a little bit. Okay, so now I can fill in a little bit of green. I think I need another green down here. And then when this guy covers him up, it's just a little bit pokey. So my daughter was in a pair rowing a couple days ago. I posted it on my personal page, and thank you guys for all your hoorahs and accolades and stuff. She was pretty proud of herself. She had her final race today, and they did well. She was a little disappointed, not from her finish, because they figured where they'd finish is where they'd finish, but she, I think she thought that they could have been a little stronger, albeit that I thought that it looked great, and so we're super proud of her, of course, and I think she will come around to that as well. Okay, I'm going to put another green guy here. Move that a little bit. And then another green guy out here. I definitely want that guy there. I think that guy down here instead. Yeah, that looks kind of nice. And I'll put those guys, I'm going to pop them up onto dimensionals. So go ahead and do that. And cool. What do you guys think? I think it's kind of neat. What I'm wondering is, do I need and want more stuff on dimensionals? There's one other, there's more stuff. There's more. I'm spitting out my words, aren't I? Oh, I was going to say, I think it's safer to put these on I'm putting the dimensional down and adding it on, as opposed to putting it on the back of it, and I'm not positive. I've got a big hole here. Could he have gone over there? No. You know what I think? I think it's this. I think this all has to get moved. This. So I was trying to cover that up. I think that's what's going on there, and then he can come around over here. And nope, that doesn't look very good, does it? It has to be there. This guy maybe is here. Look at me. Ah! You guys are like, what are you doing, Laura? That's a question. Should have moved them all around once before, hey? You get to see what the heck I'm doing though, don't you? All right. And then I need to bring in my little words. Where did they go? So they do play a little game. Again, now that there's a couple more on here. Framed scenes, which this is hard to see as framed scenes. I'm going to grab this one. If you are loving this one and have seen a few different ones and you thought it was in the main catalog, it's not. It is an online exclusive. It's quite cute. You probably will have seen, I believe, I did most of mine cards with this. I wish I had a couple more to show you. It's not a tremendous sale. This guy here, I masked him so that I could put a city sky in behind him. But this is a really sweet little set. And it's not a huge savings, but if you're liking it, it is on the last chance. So just FYI, just happened to see that. That's why you're getting a little blurb there. And wow, my Facebook seems to be like fully a couple minutes behind. That's funny. All right. So now I know sometimes when you guys, when I ask you color choices and you're probably like, we're telling you. And it's like, no, you didn't, because I asked you 2 minutes ago. That's funny. All right. Okay, so here's my bloomin' phrases. Oh, sorry, that was on top of here. That's why I'm now confused. If I lose stuff, some of the girls are playing drinking games. So if you are drinking, even your water, it's good to have lots of hydration. I really love the hello there. You can have happy anniversary. Definitely could have a happy birthday. And then, of course, I love the just because and thinking of you. I'll be thinking of you. But I think I want to have... I was thinking I was going to do the hello there. Here's the hello there. And this is at 85%. That makes sense. So now it even gets better. So I'm going to do the hello there because that's what I wanted to do. And I've got a nice big stamp. So a little hack for you. Hi, Marlene. How are you doing, hon? Did it rain today? It was raining here. It was on and off all day and quite cold. So although this would fit on here, if you use a slightly larger one, this one, when I go to stamp him, I'm holding it like that. Not, you can see him pretty good, so it's not like, oh, but if I put him on this guy, he's just that much clearer. He's just got that much more. So obviously he's very long. He's longer. What did I say? I cut this at 3.75. If I bring in one of these other cards that is falling apart, he does fit across the 4 1/4 quite perfectly. So that's what he's made for, is 4 4-inch cards, 4 by 5 1/4 cards. But that's okay. He can just cut off there. That'll be nice. I am going to actually put it like that basically. And I'm going to do it in the Melon Mambo because that is the color of the week. So creativity for everyone is a group site, and you can post your cards there. So if you're busy making cards over the weekend, you can go over there and just post it as a post, and then people are able to comment on it, and you get lots of compliments and comments, and people love seeing what you see, and perhaps you'll inspire people. We do love Stampin' Up stuff for sure. We're a bunch of Stampin' Up girls, but it does not have to be current. In fact, we are definitely celebrating you just stamping. All right, so I feel like this is crookey-eyed. And I'm also going to clean off the little edge there so that I'd like it to be, oh, do you know what? I don't even have to clean it off. What I'm going to do is bring in a little edge because I just want to have a little bit of a white edge. Not that much, but some. Okay, and so I'll just ink it back up again. The photopolymer, I like it to be fresh, wet, and then I'll just stamp that hopefully straight. And I'm going to show you. And then, isn't that nice? I love that. And I could have had, if there was a little hi, how are you? I feel like I'd like to have this scrunchier, so I think I'm going to put a layer of something in there. So I'm going to keep working on that. These are kind of cool because it's photopolymer and you can totally curl these a little bit more. So if I wanted to have hello there on a curve, I totally can in a heartbeat, hey? And so I could have put this, I could do this a lot of different ways, right? I could also have done hello there the other way. Hello there. Maybe that would have been an idea. You're limited a little tiny bit, but not very much. So I wouldn't have this, but I could have had that sort of in there too. You guys are seeing what I mean, right? So these are bendable. So that's kind of fun, I think. When you use pinks and reds, they do stain your photopolymer, and that's okay. When you go to pick up other colors, it doesn't pick up. Sometimes yellow will transfer, and sometimes yellow. We used to have a yo-yo yellow back in the day, and that would actually not transfer. What's the word I'm trying to look for? It kind of would clean things up for us. Okay, so I'm going to put another blue guy right in here. So again, I probably shouldn't have put these guys down until I knew, but I didn't know. So I'm going to thicken this up a little bit. And then I'm going to put another pink guy right here. So now I'm just filling in. And the joy of it is that I can see, I can see what I want to see now, right? And right here, I guess. Ooh. Nice. And I think I'll do another one here. So I got to pull these guys off because some of it's going to get hidden, so that's nice. That's cool. And I feel like I will put one more here too. And then I think I'm going to put some green here. And then I think I'll be able to be like, that's great. And I'll go mount it. Those guys need to get separated a little bit. Did I push that over as I was going? I can move my blue guy. There's my green ink. I was just about to say I've lost it, but I didn't. But if you want to take a drink, you can anyways. Okay, so I'm going to put a little green here. But I'm going to use this because I don't want to go over top of that. So I'm sort of pretending to mask very vaguely. I just want to have a little bit of greenery in a couple places that I would like to have it. Does that make sense? So I think I'll do this. Fun. And here, but I just want one row of greenery. That's kind of pretty. A little bit crazy, but probably this will fill in. I'm going to do it here too. Nice. Okay. Now that's fuller and prettier, hey? Yes, it is. She says. She says for herself. All right. I'm not sure about all of that. Now I have 5 of these guys. This guy's going to come up over here. This guy over here. Back into all the greenery, and this guy here. Now that I've pulled him on and off a couple times, I might be in a bit of trouble. Okay, so that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Okay, so now to put this onto stuff. Hi, Donna, how you doing, hon? I'm gonna put it on a piece of Melon Mambo, and I could go on a white card after Melon Mambo, so we'll check that out. And where is my Melon Mambo? I always think of the song Mambo number 5. So Melon Mambo is, not that it's an older color than anything else, but it had its heyday a few years ago, and I really feel like it's not as heyday-ish as it used to be. I don't think we use it very often, so if you'd like to pull it out, that would be fun. If you have trouble finding the Creativity for Everyone site, just because Facebook's kind of funny, do be sure to just send me a message and I can send you the link kind of thing. Because everybody is welcome to be on there. We welcome you over there. And it's a free site. It's a free group. We do have other groups that monthly subscription group and stuff. And that's a different thing. So now I'm just going to have a little bit of white. We're going to have quite a fat border because I've cut this at 4 by 5 1/4, and this one was at, I think it's 3 1/2. So we've got quite a fat border. So I can keep it like that, which I think I will actually. I'm going to see, I'm wondering if I would like to have a green border on here, but I don't think I want it, and I don't think I want a blue one, but let me just see. Hang on one second here. it's lemon lime that we have. Let me see if I have some lemon lime already cut. So I have my cardstock in files, and I have smaller pieces get pulled over. Oh, I do have a little piece. And so then I don't always have to cut big pieces. Oh, this is kind of pretty when I come away. And if I do a bow, I bet you'll be happy. What I'd like to do is just a wee little fringe like that. I don't feel like it's really powing it. You gotta ignore that. I don't have very good light on this situation, do I? There, that's better. Gets into my eyeballs though. I'm not loving that. And because we're melon mambo, I think I prefer that, but I could see what it's like. What if I do a tight little pink one on a green? That might work as well. So there's always, as we say, auditioning. We can also do a smaller border. But I'm not loving that. I am going to see what I have. Oh, I think I have Melon Mambo ribbon. And if it's not Melon Mambo, polished pink, is that going to look like Melon Mambo? I think it is. So this is polished pink from a couple years ago. And I'm totally going to use it, I think, because I love it. I'm laughing because I think I have my other favorite ribbon over there. And I think it's in polished or in Melon Mambo. So we'll cut that. And this. We've been doing so much black. You know what? I just feel like I've got too much matte for me. So I'm going to go trim this down. Maybe even only 1/8 of an inch, but I got to trim it down a little tiny bit. And surprisingly, I am going to do just a 1/8 of an inch. And I bet you it's going to make a big difference. You could go white on white on white too, but yeah, that makes me happier. That makes me so much happier. I don't know if you guys see the difference instantly too, but the balance is better. It makes me happy. Okay, and then I can have this bow a little bit smaller. And I think a little tiny bit, this guy at least has to come off just a bit. And then maybe this guy just a bit, not very much. Oopsie. And then I can have him like that, or up here. Oh, that's pretty. Look how pretty that is, you guys. Dun, 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 dun. Yay, I love it. So I really love the sheer. And I'm right against that one. He's not quite as pretty because he's a little bit light, but I do like him there. So I think if I got 2 of them together anyways, I'm going to pull him over here, put him here. Those pieces are together. Get that off of there. Come away, because then I can put this guy here. That's better. And now I just need another dimensional here. Pretty. Thanks, Alexina. It is. Thank you. I actually am kind of happy. So having a few pop-ups allow us to have some errors, as you can see. And then remember that I'm masked. And I think that looks kind of pretty. How cool is that? So this is, again, this is from the Blooming Phrases. And you have all these pretty little pieces to add in. And I could have added an extra few different things in there, but I'm going to leave it as is. And I'll get that glued down. So sweet. I think this is Melon Mambo. If you got, oh, it's Magenta Madness. Holy mackerel, that comes from a long time ago. If you have old ribbon like I do, this was the one I thought was Melon Mambo, but what would that look like? Hang on. Magenta Madness. Man. Magenta Madness. I'm trying to think. Obviously, I don't think it was ever a core. I don't remember it being in color either. Oh, okay. I don't think I'm as comfortable with that one. It'd be okay. But this ribbon was really nice. So I have this with Misty Moonlight. Magenta Madness. that must have been the same in color years. And they brought back Misty Moonlight, but not this one, basically. Let's see what this looks like instead. So I think I like the sheer. The solid's okay. The color's not quite right against the Melon Mambo per se. It's fine with the stamped off Melon Mambo, but it doesn't, to me, it doesn't fit there as well. But this one is working against the soft one. It's working okay there. And just tuck it in. And I think it's fine against the paper. I just don't like it against the ink itself. And I do think I want this to be just a tiny bit tinier after I made that other guy. He looked nicer. I've got sharp scissors and not quite as sharp scissors. As I say, paper scissors. Oopsie. Oh, I missed the angle of that guy. Come on, little angle. All right. Okie dokie, guys. I'll get that glued down and out the door. I've got Mail One Mondays coming up, and I'll be able to put this into the mail to somebody, so that'll be kind of fun. I do not think I have any. Oh, I'm wrong. Same ribbon, Melon Mambo. So I could. All right, hang on one more time. Let's see what this looks like. I love 3/8 ribbon. Or 1/8 ribbon is this? 1/8, I guess, probably. No, it's not 1/8. It has to be 3/8. A little bit more than a 1/4 inch. Sorry, I'm off screen, not helping you see what I'm doing. I tie backwards little twists. Okay, cut that guy again. All right, the perfect match. Yeah, he is the perfect match. I do think I still prefer the chiffon. I do love a sheer, hey? It's called chiffon, is it? So I have in the comments if you want to say, oh, Lori, I do too. I love that one more. Or if you're thinking, oh, this is what I do love about Stampin' Up, is that it's just smash bang on. Colors are appropriate kind of thing, hey? So, okay, so if you were looking in the old days, we did have ribbon, Melon Mambo ribbon. I was just going to say, we don't have any Melon Mambo, but we did. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Well, I wish you all a very, very happy weekend and actually a couple great weeks. I'm off to hang out with my daughter who is out there. She's got 3 more races to do over the weekend, and then she's off to Ottawa, and I'm meeting up with her in Ottawa, and we're off to the Saguenay region and Mel Bay to have a nice few days together in that beautiful country of ours, and speaking some French. Parlez-vous français? And I will be back the following week. So you guys have a great summer for the next few days, and I will see you again when I see ya. Okie dokie. Take care, and thank you for hanging out with me. See you later, alligators. Thanks, Kathy. I'm planning to. Woo-hoo! Oh, golly, that's pretty pink, hey? Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.